Hi, how are you? Today we are going to continue the last topic's balance. Continuation of the last topic. Last topic we stopped that the multiple cropping. One way to increase the production from the same land, it is multiple cropping. Multiple cropping is the one way to increase or cultivate more on a same piece of land. Then farmers, they were growing at least two crops in Palampur from the same land. It is multiple cropping. The other way is to use modern farming method. So one method is multiple cropping. Another one method, it is the modern farming method. The modern farming method, it will give higher yield. If you are using modern method of cultivation, means sure we will get more yield. Yield is measured as the crops produced on a given piece of land during a single year. So yield means the production from a single piece of land during a year. So yield is measured as the crops produced on a single piece of land. Yield is measured as crops produced on a given piece of land during a single year. So 1 year, how much they were cultivating from one plant, it is known as yield, their crops. Till May 1960s, the seed used in cultivation were traditional one. Since 1960s, farmers in Palampur, they use the traditional seed. Traditional seed means the production, the crops or the cultivation is very low. The cultivation is very, or the yield is very low when they were using traditional seed. Then traditional seed, it's need very less water. Traditional seed needed only less irrigation than natural as fertilizers. So traditional seed they were using means they no need to spend more money because they were need very less water only. At the same time they were using natural manure as fertilizers. They were using naturally available manure as fertilizers. So they need very less amount only. At the same time it's very easy. But one problem is the yield is very less when they were cultivating in traditional seed. Then all of these were available with the farmers. They did not have to buy them. So all natural manure and fertilizers is available in their own locality. No need to buy anything. That is the main important reason when they were using, but this is the benefit of farmers when they were using traditional seed. No need to purchase anything. Everything is available in their own area. So no need to buy anything. Then the Green Revolution in the late 1960s, the introduction, it introduced the farmers to cultivate on wheat and rice using HYV seeds. So after late 1916 Green Revolution, it was introduced. It is in the case of the production of wheat and rice, the first Green Revolution. Green Revolution means the production of crops. It was increased based on Green Revolution. So because of Green Revolution, now farmers in Palampur, they were using HYV seeds. So if they were using HYV seeds means high yielding varieties. Yield means their crop. So high yield, they were getting more crops on a single piece of plant. On a single plant, they were getting more crops because now they were using modern method, or the traditional seed, it was changed and they used HYV seed. Compared to the traditional seed, HYV seeds, its promise to produce much greater amount of grain on a single plant. In a single plant, more crops, it is producing more grains. As a result, the same piece of land could now produce far larger quantities of food grains than was earlier they were getting. Now, as a result of green revolution, the same piece of land, it is producing far larger quantities than the earlier. Earlier, how much they were producing? It's double or triple they were producing now, because they were using HYV seeds. They were using modern method of farming. Then HYV seed, it's needed a plenty of water. This is the difference between traditional seed and HYV seeds. Traditional seeds means very less water is available, but HYV seeds, it's need a plenty of water. They want to use more water. At the same time, they want to use chemical fertilizers. In traditional one, they were using natural resource as natural manure. They used as fertilizers. They were not using any chemical. HYV seeds means sure they want to use fertilizers and chemicals. Then only it could produce more production, more grains or more yield. If they want to get more yield means sure more water and chemical fertilizers. At the same time, they want to use pesticides also to produce best result. So if they want to get best result means they want to use all these, otherwise they will not get good yield. So traditional one means less water, then everything is available, no need to purchase anything. But here they want to use more water, at the same time they want to use chemical fertilizers and pesticides. Then higher yield were possible only from a combination of HYV seeds, irrigation, chemical fertilizers and pesticides. If you are using these four, if the farmers they were using these four things, then only they could get more yield. Then farmers of Punjab, Haryana and Western Uttar Pradesh were the first to try out of the modern farming method in India. So farmers of Punjab, Haryana and Western Uttar Pradesh, from these areas, farmers first they use HYV seeds, or first they used the modern method of farming. Then some of them they bought machinery like tractors and threshers, which made plowing and harvesting faster. So some farmers they bought tractor and thresher. So plowing and harvesting, it's become very easier and faster. Then they got high yields of wheat. Because they were using modern method of farming. In Palambo, the yield of wheat grown from a traditional was 1,300 kilogram per hectare. Traditional seed, when the farmers they used traditional seeds for their cultivation, that time they were getting from 1 acre, the hectare they were getting 1,300 kilogram. At the same time, with the help of HYV seeds, when the farmers they started to use HYV seeds, now their yield went up to 3,200 kilogram. From 1,300, it's changed into 3,200 hectare. So it's a sudden change. It's a great change because they were using modern method of farming. There was a large increase in the production of wheat. Now the farmers in Palambo had greater amount of surplus wheat to sell in the market. First we discussed that they were keeping one for their needs, one part for their needs, the balance they were selling to the nearby market. So extra surplus now they were producing. So the surplus wheat they were selling to the nearby market. So in this topic we discussed that the traditional farming and modern method of farming. Traditional farming means the production is very easy but the yield is very less. farmers, they were using traditional seed. Traditional seed means yield is very less, then water is very less, then fertilizers, natural available things, naturally available things they used as chemicals and fertilizers. But here modern method means they were using high yield varieties of seed. At the same time, it's need more water, chemicals and fertilizers. If the combination of HYV seeds, more water, chemical fertilizers and pesticide, then only they could produce more. The combination of these three, then only they could produce more. Now the green revolution, first it was introduced in the areas of Punjab, Haryana and western Uttar Pradesh. So the farmers, they were able to produce more in this area because they were using modern method of farming. Earlier traditional one means they were producing only 1 hectare 1300 kilogram. Now modern method, they were producing 3200 kilogram. So it's a big quantity increase, a large quantity increased because of this modern method of farming. So we can compare the traditional and modern. It is very important. You can expect the question from this topic, the traditional difference between traditional farming method and modern farming method. So this topic is over. It's a very simple topic. I hope everything clear. Okay, thank you.